appreciate that, man. Yeah. Try to keep it that way. Got OCD when it comes to that. Yeah, YouTube's good to go now. Should be. What's up, Chris? How's it going? You catch a short yesterday after Asia highs? Did not, man. Did not. We're about to go down, take out data high, data low, bullish. I think we're going to potentially go down and sweep London, maybe even Asia, and then make a move higher. Yesterday we did exactly what I said. We swept London highs, and then we got that move in the PM session down lower. I would have liked to have had it in the AM session so that I could have capitalized on it, but still happened. It's good to know that we had a good read on the charts. Caught 3.5%. Yeah, nice, man. Very nice. What's up, Christopher? Doing good, man. Living the dream. Living the dream. What script am I using? I'm not sure what you mean. What do you mean script? Yeah, that's hand drawn. I use an indicator to mark out the levels just to show me where they are, and then I hand draw them with the ray tool. The boxes are not. That's a indicator as well. Just to keep an eye on things. We're trading, pushing into this 4 hour here. I think we're going to deliver out of it. Hopefully we're going to sweep these levels, and then hopefully it holds and pushes us higher here on the 4 hour. We'll see though. Yeah, this is NQ. Yeah, I don't think the news today, I mean, we'll see. It's orange folder news, so I don't know how impactful it'll be. We're definitely going to keep an eye on it. We're not going to, hopefully, not going to be in a trade when all that goes down. Are you trading this today? Yeah, we're planning on taking a trade. If we see a setup. No setup, no trade. Durable goods came in better than expected, month over month. What do we got? Consumer confidence at 10. Richmond index at 10 also. So those typically don't move the market that much in my experience. Might add a little bit of volume to it, but it doesn't typically cause, big crazy movements like CPI or PPI or any of that. So yeah, NTL, it's at 10 a.m. Eastern time. I love getting texts about the gym, man. I had a buddy down in Florida text me at 6 o'clock this morning in the gym, and I just had another buddy of mine send me a text that I hadn't talked to in a minute about changing up his routine. I love hearing people doing stuff to help themselves, man. It might sound corny, but it's people doing things to better themselves is pretty cool. Time to get swole. You gotta have some dedication to be in there at 6 a.m., man. A buddy of mine cleaned up his behavior and started hitting the gym about 6 months ago. He's been crushing it, dude. Love seeing it. Gym faith trading, absolutely. What'd you hit, Zach? Joanne, uh, Genoa Dean. I see you over there on YouTube. What we're looking for probably is a sweep of these lows, maybe London low, maybe even all the way down to Asia, and then we're gonna hopefully target a long up to London Asia high. But we're mostly what I like to do is just take whatever the price gives me, man. Whatever the market wants to do, I kind of just want to ride the wave and look for my setup. Look for a little bit of organized chaos, basically. Down 30 pounds in a month and a half. Was a healthy 220. Now I'm down to a lean 190. That's awesome, man. Nice. Nice work, Hunter. Isolation movements. Yeah, you were hitting the squats pretty hard. You hit that. What was it, three reps for 315 or something not that long ago, Zach? What's up, Danny? Oh, you're over in the UK, Blah? You got London session, and then you get, if you don't see a setup in that, you get to wait until the PM for you guys, and it's New York AM. That sounds like the best of both worlds. If we sweep London high before you're just done for the day, not necessarily. We would keep an eye on what we want to do. I don't like to marry a bias, Genoa. I don't like to marry a bias, so we'll react with what the market wants to do. You can typically see. I mean, it kind of telegraphs itself unless something crazy happens. So we'll keep an eye on it. But I don't like to force taking a trade. If I don't see something that I really like, tomorrow's a new day, man. I don't need to take a trade that doesn't have high probability or that I don't feel comfortable with. It's kind of way I think about it. Wednesday, 5 reps, 2 sets, 315. Yeah, you're growing, bro. Yeah, Zach. The reason I'm thinking what I'm thinking is we're delivering right here. This 4-hour fair value gap, and we're also delivering out of this daily bullish gap that overlaps a daily inversion, a daily bullish inversion. So I have a hard time believing that we're going to press much lower than this Asia low. That's just my thought process with this. So I'm thinking we sweep these lows and then push higher. So we'll see. That inversion's kind of hiding back there, but you can see it. You had the daily right here, that gap, and then we inverted it with this closed candle above. Yeah, John. I'm just trying to share the little bit that I know, man. I'm definitely not a guru or a veteran at this, but I've learned a couple things that I like to share that seem to work for me. You're about to pass a funded? Nice, man. What firm are you trading with? What indicator do I use for what? For the sessions or for the gaps? Apex, nice, very nice. Apex 50K, very nice. I appreciate that, Zach. Yeah, I enjoyed getting to know some of you guys, man. I'm glad that people are getting something out of this. And I enjoy it because I don't have to trade alone. I feel like it helps me be a little more disciplined and not the accountability, even if it's not like somebody breathing down my neck. It's just the fact that people are watching, and then I verbalize my rules and what I'm looking for. I don't necessarily makes me more likely not to stray away from it, if that makes sense. What are the fees in Apex per trade? What do you mean? What are the commissions? I'm not 100% sure. Bradley Martin trading is back. Bro, I haven't seen a whole lot. He got his pinky, tip of his pinky messed up, didn't he? I haven't seen him a whole lot on my feed recently. So user, I put all those in the Discord if you want me to drop the link to that. But I'll show you real quick. You can screenshot this. This is for the sessions. These are my session. This is the session indicator I use. And you can screenshot that. I'm gonna switch it up. And then this is the fair value gap one that I use. Yeah, I'm aware of the fact that you pay a commission on the contracts, and it's per contract. Obviously, you know, with minis, overall your fees will probably be less because typically if you're trading minis or micros, you're not trading a ton of micros. Excuse me. If you're trading minis, you're not trading a ton of minis. So typically when I trade micros, you're trading like 5 micros versus trading one mini. Obviously, those fees can rack up on the micros. So I'm not 100% sure what they are, but you should be profiting. I mean, you shouldn't be like constantly clicking the button and opening trades. So if you're only taking 1, 2, 3 trades a day, you should be making enough profit in those trades to really not really care what the fees are, unless there's something outrageous, which they're not. I think they're pretty small. I only take, I mean, if I take one trade and I have a nice, you know, we make a nice profit off of it, that's the only trade I take for the day. I take a max of like 3 trades in a day. Is that what it is, Zach? Yeah. Exactly, yeah. That used to be a problem for me. Trades was over trading. Once I got a grip on that, things really turned around. Appreciate the follow, Profit. Appreciate that, man. This is East Coast time, Eastern Standard. Absolutely. Yeah, Zach. What's up, Maya? How's it going? Yeah, there's a couple of them. I can't do anything about it. All I can do is tell people I don't ask people for information. I don't ask them how their trading's going or any of that. I don't reach out to people unless I've directly told you that I would about something specific. I've reported them. I've had a bunch of people report them, and TikTok does nothing about them. I've reported them, telling TikTok that they're impersonating me, and they're like, "Oh, we don't see anything wrong here." So, just all I can do. I appreciate you telling me, though. What's up, Danny? I am pretty bullish. I think that we might sweep these lower liquidity levels here first, and then I'd like to see a move higher here. I think we might want to try to rebalance a little more of this. I'll give you a better view here. A little more of this from yesterday, but we're also trading into a 4-hour bullish gap and a bullish daily gap. This is a bullish 4-hour gap, and this is a bullish daily gap overlapping a bullish inversion. So I don't see us going much lower than this level right here. I'd like to see us sweep London, maybe even down to Asia, but I think a pretty strong rejection. And we could, I'm saying this, but we could just start trading higher right now. I mean, right at market open. So we'll see. We're going to be patient and just wait, see what market wants to do. Yeah, I'm trading Apex today. Yep. What are your tips to fix your mental in this game? Yesterday I was up 900, went down 17 because I overtraded. You overtraded, yeah. You got to walk away, man. If you're up 900, be happy with that. Call it a day. You know, the worst thing you can do is give your profits back, in my opinion. Overtrading is terrible. I used to struggle with that. You got to get to it. It's to me, the mental discipline with trading is a lot like working out. It's a muscle. So the more that you do it, the easier it'll get. Still never going to be like the easiest thing to do, but it does get easier. So you just got to find a way to, as soon as if you have a risk management tool that you can use, Trade8 has one. If you're trading with Top Step, they have one where you lock out your account. Do that. But if you can do it on your own without needing that, the best thing to do is just shut your stuff down, man, and go do something else. Find something else productive to do with your day that fills that void. Or switch to paper. I don't think that's necessarily the best option, but it's better than overtrading on your evals or on your fundeds. Yeah, Allison, that's a good rule. How many accounts did you start out with for Apex? Well, one initially, but I'm up to 14 fundeds now, and I got 6 evals in the works. So I'm trying to get to 20 by the end of this coming month. 20 is the goal. I want to do a series for you guys of building those 20 accounts to the buffer and then to the profit, to the max profit, which is 2K for the first 5 payouts. But I want to take a full payout on all of those accounts at the same time. I think that'd be kind of a cool thing to do, just to show people what the possibilities are and how not easy it is, but how it doesn't take these big home runs to do it. You just need base hits every day or a couple times a week. Yeah, M&Q for fundeds, yeah. For the fundeds, for the actual fundeds, I trade micros. For the evals, I trade minis. Yeah, you have 3. Yeah, that's not bad. If you're consistently passing evals, I think stacking them is a good idea just to get them going. But if you're struggling to pass even one, I'd stick with just one. That's what I would do. You can copy trade. See? Yeah, you can copy trade either with Trade8 or there's softwares you can use. Trade Syncer. Replicanto, I think, is another one for Ninja Trader. No. I do just micros. I'm trying. I'll be honest. I had tried TradeSyncer in the past, and then they were having a system error that happened midday while I was in the middle of a trade, and it really screwed me. So I stopped using them. But I've talked to a bunch of people who have been using them the past several months, and they haven't had any issues. So today, I'm giving them another shot. So what I'm doing is I'm copy trading all my Apex accounts at the same time. I'm copy trading them. So the way that it works, I'll execute a micro trade here, and it's going to also execute with the evals. But it's going to, if I like, let's say I open 5 micros here on this funded account, on my funded accounts, it's going to copy trade over to the evals where it's going to multiply that by 2, so it'll be 10 micros. So that's 1 mini basically. So we're giving it a shot. We're gonna see how it goes. Zay, what do you mean? What's the minimum someone can budget with profit? What's activation fee for Apex? 140 for the. I think it's 140 across the board, but I've only ever traded their 50Ks, so it's 140. It's like 38 or 39 for the eval, and then 140 for the activation. Yeah, that 90% off sale is nice. That's the session indicator. Is the activation fee not waived? No. Negative. Yeah, I usually load up on them too, Zach. Ninja Trader, Tradeovate. I think any of the major ones that you want to use. Those are the two that I'm most familiar with. I'd use Tradeovate, and it tells you, it gives you the list when you're going to like open an eval. It'll ask you what you want to use. Yeah, Dill, that's what I'm hoping for too. Appreciate that, Jay. Appreciate that. Yeah, Cruz, it does. It's 140 activation fee. Yeah, I found Ninja Trader's a little complicated. I haven't had time to really learn it. I've gotten so used to Tradeovate that I'm just like, I don't really need to switch it up. I've never had issues with them, really. I get 10 accounts, only trade 5 at a time just in case. Yeah, that's smart. Yeah, I probably should have clarified that. I have 14 fundeds that I'm trading, and then I think I'm trading 3 of my evals at the same time. I have 6 evals total. I'm trying to get to 20, so I'm copy trading across 3 evals. You trading on TradingView? This is TradingView right here. Yeah, we chart on TradingView and execute on Tradeovate. But when I execute a trade, it's what time frame? This is the 15. You can see it in the background. And market open here in 3 minutes. Thoughts on NVIDIA earnings? No clue. I like NVIDIA overall. So I don't day trade it. I don't try to day trade individual stocks. I think they're a smart investment long term, though. Yeah, YT. It takes a while, man, but you can definitely do it. You can definitely make enough money to do it for a living. 8 billion short. Holy cow. Nice, Gabriel. Yeah, it's smart. Yeah, I would think that we go lower here and then go higher, but yeah, that's literally just a guess. I mean, that's a guess based on a couple of different things, but It's hard. I think it's never really the wisest thing to marry your opinions. Price has a way of doing what it wants. No, I'll trade live, Patrick. You'll see my trades on here, man. We're trading live funded Apex accounts today. We're also copy trading over to some evals that I'm trying to pass. So you'll see everything that I do in real time. You'll see me shit the bed with my losses and sit here and make a little money on my wins. So try to be as transparent as I can be, man. I'm no expert at this stuff, so I'm still learning. I've been doing it a little over 2.5 years. I've made some decent money from it so far, hoping to make more. Yeah, we experience it all together, the highs and the lows, man. And the stupid bonehead moves that I make sometimes. Jumping in too early or counter trend trading or whatever it is. And if anybody wants to see the full chart, the full view of this, because I know TikTok doesn't, it's kind of hard to format this for TikTok. I have a YouTube that is also live streaming right now. And it's the full chart on there. So same username, ChristianTrades Live. What's your bias? I think, sorry, I'm had this cold going on, man. It was in my sinuses. Now it's made its way to my throat. I'm looking for us to sweep these lows and then target these highs. That's what I would like to see. That'd be ideal. Could be the opposite. Could take out the highs and then we target the lows. Could be a third option where it goes high and then there's a continuation up to the other highs. Or a fourth option where we go low and then we absolutely dump and go lower. So we're just going to take what it gives us and see what we got. What's up, Dean? How's it going, man? Got 1 minute until market open here. I'm not really supposed to advise on that, Kyle. I think the best option is an LLC, though. If you're making serious money. Here you go, Patrick. If it'll let me post this. Might not let me. There it is. Go to Puerto Rico. Five seconds. Immediate little manipulation and then a dump. New York AM low. In the AM session, that was the low point of the session. There's manipulation and a dump there. See right there still at opening price. Let's go. Push back higher there, bouncing off the SMA. Where's the VWAP? VWAP's just below us there. Bible verse of the day, we need Tristan, man. Where's Tristan? Zeus, this is NASDAQ futures, not Forex. We'll see. We'll see. We got to stay patient here. This is the 15. Why didn't I go to the bathroom before I started? I'm going to use the restroom real quick. Sorry. It was, Dean. I could have made a joke there, but I'm going to keep it clean. Kind of sus. We bounce back and forth between ES and NQ. There's Tristan. Somebody was asking for a verse, man. We need it. Isaiah 60:22. Arigato gozaimasu. Ohio. The least of you will become 1,000, the smallest a mighty nation. I am the Lord, and in its time I will do this swiftly. Interesting. Wonder what the context is. Yeah, I can read. I can't really read kanji that well yet. I know a couple of them. I know about 20 kanji, but I know all the hiragana and katakana. So yeah, I can read. If it's in hiragana or katakana, I can read that. Ohio DT. Sumimasen. Yes, to push much higher yet. S&T. Kind of just dancing. We took London and immediately turned back around. We'll see what happens here. I don't want to get too anxious on the jump here. Yeah, I'm not convinced of anything at this moment. Discord links in the chat. I appreciate that, Super. Glad you're here, man. Is your Asia high correct? My zone indicator says mine was hit. It is. I start mine an hour early. That's when the algorithms go on, NAR. So what is Asia? It starts at 8 p.m. Eastern. So I have mine set for 7 p.m. Eastern. I think that's right. Yeah. I'm getting a dump. Look at that. I got to get some chiller music on. There we go. Are you the only one who's bearish? Not necessarily, man. Not necessarily. Uh, my pre-market analysis was that we were going to take out these lows and then push higher, but we might get the exact opposite of that. This is NASDAQ futures thriving. I like to wait. I don't do the orb strategy, but I do like to wait before jumping in. I like to let price play out a little bit, get a better idea of what it wants to do before I'm interested in the trade. Like if we had tried to take a continuation long there, we'd be getting cooked right now. I'm sure a lot of people are getting cooked right now. I was talking with somebody yesterday. They were like, man, if you had just done the opposite of everything I did last week, you would have made a killing. I was like, yeah, it feels like that sometimes, man. Look at this. We're just dumping. So we swept London and then immediately turned right around. We bounce around, Gabrielis. This is the 5 right here. You can see it in the background. So that number, when it changes, that's the time frame I'm on. Look at that wick on the 15. Nah, Nathan, it swept it if your indicator starts at exactly at Asia market open, but this starts at 2 p.m. or 7 p.m. I mean, which is when the algos turn on. So you can see how as soon as the algos turned on, that's when we kind of got the reaction, volume increase, algos, whatever it is that causes that. We do the same with London and New York. Yeah, man. So we're bouncing into this 15 here and just kind of hanging out. Romans 8:26. There it is, Tristan. If you look in the background, you can see it. Super top. It's the 15. In the same way, the Spirit helps us in our weakness. We do not know what we ought to pray for, but the Spirit Himself intercedes. I like the use of that. The Spirit itself intercedes for us through wordless groans. Very interesting. But the Spirit Himself intercedes for us through wordless groans. What's the... Very interesting. I like that. Jeremiah 29:11. I feel like I know that. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future. Amen. So we're pushed right back up here off of the 15. Right back up. Still got 3.5 minutes till the 15-minute candle closure. If we do that, we're going to invert these two. We're going to invalidate the 1 and then invert the 2 there. Invert those 2 gaps. Be interesting. I'm pushing for Asia now. There's Asia. Coming back down on the, slightly coming back down, touching back. Yeah, pushing out at the 4 hour. That's why I thought we were going to sweep the lows first, man. I thought we were going to sweep the lows down here because we're in a 4 hour bearish or a bullish. I thought we were going to push these lows and then go higher, but we could just push directly out of it. Yep. News at 10. Up, down, up, down. Jaden, where you been, bro? Yeah, school started back or something? Excuse me. Yeah, I figured, man. Hope that's going well. Yeah, Lyndon, this is 9:30. Typically anywhere around 9:30. That's when I get on here, and then depending on what class schedule I have for the day, I'm usually off by 10:30 or 11:30. What were you doing before you started school and day trading? I was working for a law firm. Before that, I was working as a mechanic. It's basically a paralegal, legal analyst, paralegal. What I'd like to see here is an inversion of this 1 and a tap back. This could be a short setup here where you have obviously this isn't a breaker yet, prematurely marking for the sticklers. But this could be the breaker. You got a high, low, higher, high. We need the lower low. Get an inversion with a tap back. We could open a short targeting the lows there, but we'll see. This is the 2-minute chart here. Could be an interesting setup. Or we could just get a continuation higher. Can I start Apex prop firm if I'm from Slovakia? I'm not sure. I have no idea, to be honest with you. Sometimes, John. Yeah, I like to drop down to the lower time frames to get more precise entries. Yeah, I use the 5 and the 15 to get a directional bias and then an entry point on the lowers. Looks like we're getting a short setup here, though. I like this. If we invert this 2, either it's going to run without us or we could get a retest. But this 2 right here would be nice short entry. If we get a tap back into that at this point, then I'll probably take a stab at a short. Would be nice. Off of this touchback. I don't know that we'll get a chance here, though. Could just run without us. Give me a little touch. Touch me in here. I don't think it's going to happen on the order book. This is the one right here, John. I don't like that because that'd be such a long stop. I don't know if we'll get a tap back on this entry here. I think it's just going to go without us. These things happen. Can't FOMO into this. Just got to watch it. Just wave to it and watch it run without us. Hopefully this isn't the move higher now that it just swept London. Immediately gets stopped out with a missile to the upside here. We'll see. All right, we're tapped in. Stops. Buy limit down here. Hopefully we don't immediately get stopped out here. We need this 2 to hold.
without inverting that 1, please. Which we just did. $22K on the day. Very nice, man. I'd like to see this dump at least down to, I don't know that we will get it, but I'd like to see it dump at least down to London low. That would be ideal. I don't know that we're going to get it, though, boys and girls. Just completely disrespected that 2 minute. Yeah, we're going to get stopped here. Pretty sure we're getting stopped out on this one, unfortunately. No bueno. 2.1, nice, man. It's a good day right there. Account blown. Damn, man. It sucks, man. I'm sorry for that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is going to stop us out. No, it's not red folder. It's orange. This is NASDAQ futures. Many should look pretty much the same. Yeah, this is definitely a long setup here. I'm in the wrong. I'm wrong directionally here for sure. It's a beautiful long setup, a sweep, V-shaped recovery. I mean, this is beautiful long here. Tempted to close it right there instead of holding. Not just tempted, I am. We'll take that little L, 139. This would typically be a long setup that I would jump in. We swept London. No, we didn't. We didn't sweep London. Might have closed prematurely there. Did we sweep it on ES? No, we didn't sweep it on ES either. Might have closed prematurely on that. We'll see. We'll see how it plays out. I think it would have stopped me out. Watch it dump. Hold it. We'll see how it reacts with this 1 minute here. News right now. Let's see. Stop was above the wick high here. ES shot up. The 30-second chart's just barcoded. Yeah, I closed the position. 139. Took a small little hit on that. I think full stop would have been like minus 250 or something. So we should just saved ourselves like 130 bucks or something, 120, 110, something like that. If it gets stopped, which I think it will. I think this wants to go higher here. I think that was the sweep and then the move up. Yeah, Kurt, times 14. You do the math on that. I like the ability to scale, Jaden. You can only have 5 accounts on Top Step. You can have 20 fundeds on Apex. So that's the main reason. Top Step has some looser rules, so they're easier to trade. So there's definitely some benefits to them. They have end-of-day drawdown rather than inter-day. So I don't think there's anything wrong with Top Step. I think they're a great firm. I'm in the process of trying to scale up to 20 accounts. It's only orange folder news. It's not red folder, so it doesn't typically have a big effect on it. Honestly, glad I closed that trade because this is just waffling here in this zone is not ideal. No, I didn't miss an entry. You can see we're down 139.62. We took an entry right here on the tap back of the 2 minute. Then it got invalidated, and we closed it before we had a chance to get stopped out because I think this setup is a long setup, not a short setup. Parker, you thinking low? Yeah. I was hoping, man. I was hoping we were going to take out these London lows here. So we had a nice little, I thought this was a nice little setup for a short, targeting those lows. It could have just wanted to take out this liquidity here and then push up. I'm looking at the 30-second on my Trade-of-8 chart. It's just a barcode, man. It's just up, down, up, down, up, down. Yeah, Jay, that's what I was thinking too, man. But not getting the play, not getting the follow through. Glad I closed it. Down $4. That's not bad at all, man. That's not bad at all. Yeah, this is Manic. This is NASDAQ futures. We're looking for a short here, Bree. We had a nice little setup here. We had a 2 minute that inverted right in here. It got filled now, invalidated. But we were targeting these London lows. Thought we could get a little tap back and then a continuation down to the lows. Price is acting very strange right now, though. Nice, Brady. Yeah, it seems to be the case, doesn't it, Jay? Appreciate that, Taryn. Taron? Or Taryn? Appreciate that. Yeah, you should see the 30-second. I can put it on here. Not ideal. What do I think about Drake candles? I love them if I'm in a short. Or if you're in a position that has a good market structure set up for whatever direction that Drake candle wants to go in, it's beautiful. I've been in it before. I have some clips of trades that I was in when that happens, man, especially shorts. It seems to happen more on shorts. But just, it's a great feeling. Unbelievable feeling. Hey, man, if you feel good on longs, Roz, dude, don't let me deter you, bro. I said at the beginning of the session that I was looking for a sweep lower and then we were going to target the highs, but we just got basically the opposite of that. So I thought we were going to sweep the highs and then take out the rest of these lows. So that's kind of what I was going for there. We hit the Asia high there. We didn't get a candle closure above it, which I typically like, which is probably analyzing this trade, probably something I should have waited for. But we did get a strong move down and then a tap back into a 2-minute inversion. We just didn't get the follow through that we had hoped for. We have a bullish inversion right here, but we also had a bearish inversion prior to that. Or actually we had a bearish. Was there a bearish inversion in there? Yeah, it was bearish gap, 2 bearish gaps, and we just completely disrespected both of them. So I'm not necessarily upset about taking that trade. I think it was a decent idea. It followed my rules, followed my setup, so I can't be mad about that. You just don't get the follow through sometimes. This is ugly. This is very ugly. That is true, Jay. We are inside of the 4-hour bullish with a daily bullish and a daily bullish inversion underneath us here. Just got in for shorts. I hope it works out, man. This would look like a clean long setup on ES. Kind of on NQ too, man. I mean, this would typically, if you had a gap inside of that breaker, which you do. I mean, this is, look at that. I would have gotten stopped right there. Yeah, this is a clean long setup. So I just had a opposite read on there. Definitely would have gotten stopped out on that. Glad we closed. So the rule of thumb that I have, we took a loss on that first trade. The rule is you take one more trade. Typically, you cut your sizing in half, take one more trade, and win or lose, you call it a day after that. So we'll see what we get. It's going to dump now. We'll see. That was more of a convincing sweep there on that high. This breaker is no longer valid. There you go, Zach. Sorry about that, man. What up, Kill Up? There's the dump. You too, man. Hope you have a great day. Enjoy the gym if you go. Say thank you for the follow. Appreciate all the follows, man. Definitely appreciate it. There you go. You too, bro. Have a good one. Got to build those wings. Absolutely, man. Yeah, trading micros. Hey, it happens, Jay. That's why I'm sizing so small here. That's why that was a 3 micro trade, because I'm in the similar situation as you. I've had a decent month. I'm up overall in the month, but there have been some trades that's just like, what's going on? But looking at this, I can't be too surprised. We had a sweep lower here, V-shaped recovery, tapped into these inversions, and then pushed higher. Typically, that would be a kind of a long setup. I mean, I even called out pre-market that that's what I was looking for. So I just didn't anticipate the highs first. $180 on the day is not terrible, man. Yeah, it's not bad. Up 80. I'm done. Yeah, I don't blame you, man. Green is green. Will you stream on YouTube? I do stream on YouTube. I'm live on there right now, man. Live on the. I think I'm not supposed to say that while I'm on TikTok. I'm on the Red app. I think that's the like goofy way that streamers are supposed to say it on here. Yeah, I'm on there though. Same name. Twizzy, that's smart, man. Twizzy, enjoy the green. Up 500 on a good short setup for long. Yeah, you are correct. That long right here was a good take. Yeah, I appreciate all you guys following. Up 1K on demo, nice. Rude J, we caught an L. We caught an L of a trade. We thought we were getting a continuation down to this London low. So on the 2-minute, we had a couple of bearish gaps. We waited for a retouch on that. Got the retouch. We got the breaker, then we got a retouch on the 2, targeting these lows, and then stops were above Wicks high, the swing high here. But I closed it early because I could just tell that was not playing out well. So we took a small loss, 139 bucks. Yeah, just had a mind of its own, man. And honestly, looking at it here, it's not a bad long setup, but we thought we were getting a sweep down to these London lows. I'm not sure why August is known for it, man. I've heard September is too, but I'm going to be optimistic and say that we're going to have a great month. Crazy, we took the same trade. Stop loss got slipped 10 points. Yeah, it happens, man. Hey, that's better than being in red, Tristan. We're red right now. We were down 100, call it 140 times 14, so not ideal. Down 20K. Oof. That's rough. JK. Why can't we just trade? Just gotta take what the market gives you, man. Take A+ setups. I don't think that was a bad. I mean, unless somebody saw something that I didn't on that I'm missing. I thought that was a pretty decent trade. It had a good idea. Could have waited for a candle closure above the sweep. I think that's the mistake that I made there. Have a more convincing sweep. But the target of the London lows there, we had a pretty strong move down, a retest of the bearish 2-minute gap there. Two 2-minute stacked on top of each other there, targeting these lows. You could say that we're delivering out of a 4-hour bullish gap So that was, taking any short in that situation is not necessarily the best, but I think overall that was a decent trade. I did my second week with no trades taken. Dude, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. Don't feel bad about that, man. If you haven't seen a trade that you're comfortable with taking and you just wanted to, watch the tape, that's better than taking trades that didn't play out and they end up costing you money. So I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Some of the most profitable traders take like 1 or 2 trades a week. If they don't see something, they don't take it. More trades does not always equal more profits. As a matter of fact, in my experience, it equals less. Absolutely, Jay. You are correct. You average 4 trades a week on funded. I think that's smart, Tristan. I think that's smart. Do you full port evals or take your time? Typically on evals, I'll trade 1 to 3 minis. Today, I took 3 micros on this, and it copy traded over to my evals times 2, so that was 6 micros. So less than 1 mini on those. So I usually take 1 to 3, but with the way price action has been, I've kind of sized down slightly. I'm not in a hurry to pass those. I have enough fundeds right now. I'm just trying to slowly build up to the 20 total. So you could, 1 to 3, I think on A+ setups is not a bad move. Exactly, Zach. Yeah. Yeah, Dylan, we did. We tried to take a short here. We had a strong move down, then a retest of a bearish 2-minute that we opened the trade on. And then we closed, which stops were above this wick, this swing high. And then when price started pushing that direction, I could tell that we weren't getting the follow through that we wanted, so I closed early. Turns out saved us some money here. Some people do, Jack. Yeah, some people do. And some firms will they can potentially ban you for that because they're onto that kind of stuff. So you got to be a little more discreet about it than just intentionally blowing it. Still waiting for the short at London low. Yeah, might not get it, man. Might not get it. Every time I'm glad I can help you, Jay. Just gotta be patient, man. It's hard not to get emotional. I've practiced a lot on controlling my emotions and trying to maintain the chill vibe, the chill mindset, because I used to be, I still struggle with it, but I used to get worked up, very angry, just frustrated. But there's no point in that. It doesn't do you any good. I have faith in the long-term profitability of my strategies and my abilities, so that's what keeps me centered, I guess. Yeah, exactly, man. It's just another trade. Yeah, Prince, I'm sorry about that, man. I've tried to get TikTok to remove them. There's a couple of them. I keep reporting them, and then TikTok does nothing about it. If you can report them, maybe they'll do something. I appreciate it. Discipline for sure, man. That's it. The biggest thing with trading is psychology. Haven't taken a trade yet. I don't know. Hey, smart. You could argue there was a long setup, with this sweep breaker. I mean, that setup is pretty decent, but it's kind of interesting that it wanted to get that close to London low and not take it. What happened, Tristan? You were long. Yeah, yeah. You could say that. Let's say you could say this was low, high, lower, low, higher, high. Yeah, I mean, there's a breaker in there. You got a nice 2 minute inversion there. Even on the 3 minute, 4 minutes not as clean. 3 minute looks a lot cleaner. Um, yeah, I don't know. Definitely looks like a long setup there that I missed with the sweep here. My thinking was that we weren't going to leave London lows down there though. Appreciate the follow, Prince. High, low, higher, high, lower, low. I think that makes it a bullish breaker. You're correct, Michael. High, low, higher, high, lower, low. So this would be the bullish breaker, I think. Is how that works, right? Is that how that works? Something like that. I usually just go off of typically like the last leg before the sweep, or the last leg down before the sweep higher. So if this was, I don't know, my brain's on fire right now. Sweep lower. Yeah, that would be the bullish breaker, I think. Low, high, lower, low, higher, high, typically. Yeah. I like to go off of just the leg before the sweep. So if it's a sweep higher, it's the last leg down before the sweep higher. If it's a sweep lower, it's the last leg up before the sweep lower. So it'd be like that right there for a bullish, right? And then vice versa for the bearish. So what I was thinking here was bearish. So leg down, sweep higher, lower low, touch back, and then a boom would come down into here. That was the thinking. Thinking too much. Probably right. Just inverted that 5. 3 minutes until we invert this 15. Could just be a push higher here. Yeah, I was short to London lows and didn't get stopped out, but would have if I hadn't closed the position. Unfortunately, I wonder how many other people, because it sounds like a lot of people took that trade. What I think about what, Ryan? I'm not too upset. I mean, 139 bucks. It's not. It's not terrible. I'm glad my sizing was only 3 micros. I was looking. I didn't see. I think TikTok didn't put your comment through. Yeah, I don't see it, Ryan. I think TikTok didn't let me see it. Yeah, Jay, that's huge, man. That's a win in and of itself. No, this isn't options. This is futures. This is yeah, we do longs and shorts. No, not always. You can short, you long or short instead of calls or puts. What's your? This is the indicator. What helped you stop chasing a loss? Knowing that there's always going to be another trade, man, and knowing that over trading will cause more harm than good. I'm not doing anything at the moment, Noah. We were short in here, and then price started to reverse on us, so we got out, took a little $139 hit. I was listening. Was it Andy Roddick, or it was one of those tennis players? I'm not a tennis guy. We just inverted that 15. Not a tennis guy, but I was listening to a tennis guy talk, and he was saying that he's one of the best. And in his career, he only won like 80% of his matches. But if you were to dig into each match, the percentage of points that he actually won was right around like 50%. So he only won about 50% of the points that he ever participated in, and he's still one of the best of all times. Of all time. So that kind of puts things into perspective. Trading is very similar, man. You don't have to be right all the time. Risk management and proper psychology will take you a lot further than constantly being right. Profit factor, which is basically a reflection of your risk management. That's why people ask, what's your win percentage? I don't think that necessarily matters. You tell me what your profit factor is, and I'll be able to tell you if you're making money or not. You're doing better than me, Noah. You're doing better than me, man. Green is green. Green is green. You and your buddy made $60K this month trading? That's awesome, man. Congratulations. That's life-changing money for some people. Yeah, I see you. That's a good call out, Bleh. Just inverted that 15, though, so And I'd say we're in right now a pretty bullish trend delivering out of this 4 hour. But you're right, we're delivering into a 4 hour bearish with a bearish 1 hour and 1 hour inversion. So this could be the move lower here now that we've swept those highs. I don't think we're fully extended yet, though. I don't see us turning this around right now, to be honest. I could be wrong. I've already been wrong once today. Jude, I thought I pulled it up for you. You're talking about this is the fair value guy one. If you join the Discord, I have all the indicators in there with the settings and whatnot. I'll put the link in the bio, or link in the chat. Hang on one second. Links in the chat. Indicators are in the Discord under the indicators and chart settings tab. Yeah, I'm with you, Blah. Apex payouts take forever. It's weird, man, because it varies. Like, I've had times where I've requested it at like 7 o'clock Eastern time at night, 7 p.m., and then by noon the next day it'll hit. And then I've had other times where it's taken like 3, 4, 5 days to hit, and I've done the same payout method. So I don't know what causes that variation. Got approved last Thursday morning, and that's weird. Yeah, and they always say don't reach out. Like if you've been approved, don't reach out or don't create a ticket. Because I did that once, and they were like, yeah, don't do that. I'm like, where's my money? Yeah, no problem, man. That is strange that it's taken that long, though, Jay. I don't think I've had one take that long. You're in on short, Zach? Simon, you got caught? Yeah. I think a lot of people did. Yeah, Nathan, it's like they're quick to deny a payout, though, I can tell you that. If you've broken a rule. Alpha Futures is good, man. Alpha Futures is good. Does my family know I trade? Yeah, they watch. Probably watching right now, unless they've gotten off by now. Bunch of them. Try to use the coupon code, but the price for the 25K is still regular. Haven't heard that before. Shouldn't be. You should be able to get 80% off. I haven't ever bought a 25K, though. I only buy the 50s. But it shouldn't. I don't think it should be the same price. I'd read the fine print, though. Make sure that they're not telling you like it only applies to 50Ks and up or something. Yeah, they don't hesitate to take my email. None of them do, man. Yeah, make sure you hit apply. That is true. Why do I think futures trading is better? I don't necessarily think it's better. It's just something that I'm more familiar with. I got into, dove really, really, deep head first into, and I've learned a lot more about. I'm in the process of learning options. I've got some buddies that trade options and they do well, and I'm kind of learning from them. So I don't know enough about it to get involved with it yet, but I plan to. But I'm not going to venture futures trading. I found some success with that, so it's not something that I see myself deviating from. Options, I think I'll do as like an added bonus. Yeah, Sean, we did. We tried to take a short around somewhere in here. Yeah, on the 2 minute here, we had a sweep. Thought we were going for London lows here, so when we got a retouch of a 2 minute gap, I opened a short, and then we got out around here. Thought we were hitting the London lows, and then as soon as price started acting weird, I took an L, $139. Yeah, let me know if you get that figured out with the 25K. Down 500 today. It happens, man. Don't turn it into a blown account if you can. I know that sucks, but don't chase your losses. Probably goes without saying, but I used to struggle with that. I could throw on 5 minis right now and just wait for like a 2-tick move and be up on the day if I wanted to. That's the kind of crap I used to do. It's not worth it, though. It's not worth it. In the long run, it does not pay off. Yeah, Sean, I think my average hold time is like 6 minutes. So it's pretty much in and out. 16's not bad, man. Can I explain why I took shorts? Yeah, we swept the highs right here, and we had this strong move down. We had a breaker in here. We had a couple of 1 minute gaps in here that got inverted. We had two 2 minute gaps that were stacked on top of each other right here. So I waited for the retest of those gaps, entered short, targeting that London low there, and maybe even Asia low down here. But price decided it wanted to go higher, so that's why I took the short. Yeah, Zachary, you're not wrong, but it's definitely not good reinforcement of a bad habit. It's you never want that. I'm hesitant to take a short here because we're trading into this 15-minute inversion at a 5-minute inversion. We did just invert this 5, but I'm hesitant to get involved with that with this bullish. Seems like we still have pretty solid bullish order flow here. It's not something I'm willing to risk my second trade on. Yeah, it's definitely hard, Zachary. I heard a guy talking, it might have been Powell, if you guys know who that is. He was like, I'm always looking for a reason not to trade. I think that's kind of a good way to look at it rather than a reason to get involved with the trade. I think this month we're up like 7,000. But I've only taken 2 payouts, to be honest. So, not the best. 2 payouts on 3 accounts. So, in my pocket, I've only pocketed like a little over 5,000 or something. Could have been a lot more if I had been a little more disciplined. I had some days that I really fucked up, really screwed up. Do I prefer Apex over Top Step? I do personally, just because of the scaling. You can have 20 fundeds. Like right now, I have 14 funded Apex accounts. I can't have that with Top Step. This 15's holding. I'm in school. I actually got to hop off of here and head to class shortly, but I'm in school. Yeah, Jay. My calculations are if I'm targeting 250 a day profit from the very start of a funded account, within 19 days I can take a max payout. So, if you're doing that on multiple accounts, you're eating pretty well. What am I studying? Economics. Currently studying economics. Economics, Japanese, and real estate. Japanese and real estate are my minors. Yeah, absolutely. You got to factor in the losing days too. So it's more like a month. If you're factoring that in, like today, I think I lost $68 yesterday or something like that. Today, I'm down 140. So basically, 200 times 14. So 2 losing days will equal 1 green day. It's not bad. I mean, I basically trade full time. If I didn't have anything else in the world going on, I wouldn't trade more than I already do. Do I use a scanner? What do you mean? How many micros do I use each long? I typically like to do 1 micro for every 500 a drawdown. But today, because of, I don't know, just the way the price has been behaving, I only use 3 micros. So, turned out to be a smart move. Mitigated some of the money we would have lost. What's the best way to learn? I've been watching videos for the past month now, and I understand all the concepts. What should I do now? I would suggest opening a TradingView account and pay for live data. I think it's like $10 a month or something less than that, maybe. And start paper trading. When you open a TradingView account, you get a paper trading account that gives you like an opening balance of $100,000. And I would do that. And if once you've consistently started making profits, I'd say some people say a couple weeks. I'd say give it a month, at least a month of green days on paper, and then buy a cheap eval and give that a shot. That's what I would do, Maze. I see you over on YouTube. I think you've started with the right steps though, doing the education and all of that first. I think that's smart. What's US1 or US100? You can see live data on US100. What is that? Sorry for my ignorance. Oh, been trading for 5 years. you've been break even for a year, dude. That's a good place to be honest with you. I know that sounds crazy to say, but you know, every major trader that I've ever listened to or talked to, when you're at the break even phase, you're on the cusp of really starting to make money. So don't quit now. I mean, that's what I would say. Most people never even make it to the break even phase. You're on the right track, AJ. See, this 15's holding. That's why I didn't want to get in here on this short. Talk to it. Smack it around a little bit, Zach. Make sure it understands what you're talking about and what you want. That's a pretty strong rejection right there off of that 15. Excuse me. I got to roll here, guys. I got to head to class. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to end it on an L right there, but it's better than, you know, it could have been a lot worse. So, hope you guys, whoever's still holding this long, I hope it works out for you. No, you're wild. You guys have a good day. I'll be back tomorrow morning. You know, hopefully we can. Hopefully I can perform a little better than that and get a little follow through on our setups. Y'all have a good day. Don't get back your profits if you're in profits for the day. Y'all take it easy.